man was not created in the image of God. The first man, Adam, was not created in the image of God, which is to say, all men are not created in the image of God. Because many mighty men of God will say all men was created in the image of God, that the world might feel good about themselves and inclusive. But this is not true. They are not in the image of God, but they can be if Christ is formed in them. How can you say, that's me, that man was not created in the image of God? And the Bible made clear in Genesis 1 and 26 to 27 that it is so. Okay, we're going to go there in Genesis 1, 26, verse 27, and see exactly what it said. And we see here, it said, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every crawling thing that crawleth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image, in the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. He created them. So from these words we misunderstand to say that God created man in his own image, forgetting that God was not only speaking to himself, the Christ, his image, but also to the earth. And we see very clearly as Paul answers questions and statements in 1 Corinthians, as he writes unto the Corinthian church about man being the image of God. And we see Corinthians 15 and verse 45. 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 45, we go there and we see and so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul, and the last man Adam was made a quickening spirit. How be it that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and after that which is spiritual. The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Lord from heaven. As is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. As is the heavenly, so are they also that are heavenly. And as we have bore the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. Now, so it's very clear that the first man Adam was not spiritual but was natural. And even so, every man who is in the world today, they are still walking in the first man, Adam, as we speak. So it's very clear that all men are not created in the image of God. It's very clear as we see that. Now, how a man can be in the image of God? A man can be in the image of God by knowledge, by the knowledge, by being renewed in the knowledge of God. This is how a man become in the image of God. Until then, he is still walking in the old man Adam, and he is not in the image of God, but in the image of the earth, and that's what he is. And if you want to see, we go to Colossians 3. But before we go there, we see it very clearly that man was not created in the image of God, but in the image of the earth. But if they want to be created in the image of God, they have to be formed into the image of God. They have to be formed into the image of God. And we see this formed is to be formed in the image of God by knowledge. And we see in Colossians 3 and 10. Colossians 3 and 10, we go there, just 1 second. And we see here, Colossians 3 and 10 says, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. So we know that he is renewed in knowledge after the image that created him. So you are renewed in knowledge after the image of God that created the Christ. So you are renewed in knowledge after the image of God that created the Christ. So we know that. So it's very clear that man was not created in the image of God, but can be formed into the image of him. May God bless you and keep you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you.